Pride Month is over. We got to talk about it. And before everyone jumps to conclusions, yes, I am a white male in front of an American flag. He must be a homophobic Trump supporter. He's a white guy in front of an American flag. Just wait, because I'm not even going there. I'm genuinely curious to start a dialogue and just see if other people think the way I do. I understand having a month for the LGBTQ plus whatever at this point, whatever it is. People put flags out. We do the Pride Parade, this, that, and the other. Like all this stuff to be like, we're gay or we're trans. Like you need to look at us and you need to recognize us as equals. But my question genuinely is, if the point of all this is to be recognized as an equal in today's society, like be treated normal, why do you have to do all this stuff to be recognized as something different? Like, seriously, if we had a straight Pride Month, like, look at me, I'm a heterosexual man. I like women, and I don't want to cut my dick off. Everyone would be like, well, you transphobic, homophobic, racist fuck. And it's like, okay, but that's exactly what we're doing with Gay Pride Month. All it is forcing the way that you live and your sexual preferences down somebody's throat. Like, that's not a normal conversation. Like, if the whole point of it is to act like this is a societal norm and this is what most people these days, or at least a lot of people these days want, is to, switch their gender or have same-sex relationships. Like, I don't care. But why does it have to be so publicly announced and like, look at us, look at us, look at us, if the whole point is that you want to be treated normal in society? Like, I don't go around telling people, I'm a straight guy. I'm straight. I like my penis. I don't want to get it cut off or turned into a vagina. I don't want to have sex with dudes, just so everybody knows. Like, if I did that, everyone would be like, wow, that guy's like a huge homophobe, or that guy's transphobic, or whatever the terminology is. So it's like, let's look at another group that we've been really pushing for in society lately. Like, the African American History Month was in February. I didn't see anyone flying any African American History Month flags. I didn't see anybody flying a bunch of Black Lives Matter flags recently. Like, just saying, I didn't see a Juneteenth flag. And because to me, the African American community, they just want recognize their history, but we want to be treated equal. We want to be treated normal. Like, we want to walk around, and it shouldn't matter what color we are. We're the same as every other American. That's the whole point of that holiday, right? And recognizing that African Americans' history was different than white people's. That's fine. Like, we can recognize that. But again, the same point. Like, if we did a White People Heritage Month, everyone would be like, that's the most fucking racist thing ever. And it's like, okay, but white people have history too. Like, if we broke it down into all the different heritages and segments of America that, came over, like my grandparents, for example, they were first generation immigrants from Ireland. Where's the Ireland History Month, right? If the whole point of Pride Month and the African American History Month stuff is to recognize these things, but they want to be treated normal, like, that's a direct contradiction. It's like, I want all this attention and I want to be recognized for being different, but I want to be treated the same. Just explain it to me better. I worked for a gay couple up in college. They ran a business, and you wouldn't have even known that they were gay unless they told you. Like, what we worked for, me and my buddy worked for these guys for like 3 months before we even knew that they were gay. And they're like, we don't want a bunch of like outspoken like gay. Like, yeah, we support the gay community and all that stuff, but like, we don't feel the need for it to be recognized and pointed out constantly. Like, we're people just like you. And I think, to me, that's where the miscommunication and the disagreement with the way that we handle Pride Month and African American History Month, or, this, that, and the other. Like, you want to be recognized and treated completely normal, like, in society. Like, if the goal for the United States is for everybody to be on a level playing field, like true equality, it doesn't matter what skin color, gender, race, religion, whatever, then why are we resegregating ourselves by being like, this month is for the gays and the LGBTQ community. This month is for the African Americans, and we should enlighten them and entitle them and all this stuff. And it's like, okay, I'm not disagreeing with like the fact, yeah, slavery was fucked up, but like, slavery didn't just happen in the United States. Like if you went back and looked at my family tree, I probably had, you know, God forbid I bring up European slavery, but like it's the same thing. Like probably some ancestor of mine was a slave to somebody at some point. So like the whole idea that we have to pay retributions just for being white and we're bad just for being white. It's like white is also a generalization. There's a lot of African Americans who never experienced slavery in their bloodline. Like not every single person was taken from Africa and then enslaved in the United States. That's just the truth. So it's like I understand that that might offend people. Same thing with like the LGBTQ plus that hopefully I got all of them. Like it's not a hate crime for me to like the fact that I was born with a penis. Like that's not a hate crime. And just because I'm straight and I don't want to, you know, buttholes just aren't my thing, especially with dudes, like it's just not my thing, that's not a hate crime. That's just my sexual preference. And my sexual orientation is a male. And I like females, so I'm heterosexual. But I don't walk around like I'm a heterosexual male who likes meeting women. And you have to recognize me that way because it's my month. Like, we're not going to have a straight male month. We can't have a straight guy month because that would be racist, right? Or a hate crime or whatever. Like, all these different terms for all this bullshit. And it's like, I'm sorry, but if the whole point of all this stuff is to recognize that everybody in the United States of America is equal and we're on a level playing field regardless of your religion, race, or gender orientation or whatever the hell the terminology is, then why do we do all this special treatment and attention for it? If you truly are gay or you truly are what are they called? Transgenders. If you're truly a transgender or a homosexual and you just want to be treated normally in society, why are there grown-ass adults running around in tutus and skirts for Pride Month? Celebration of being part of the LGBTQ plus community is this whole idea of like, look at us. We're entitled to act this way because we're different than you. But the whole concept of it is recognizing equality and wanting to be treated as a normal person in society. Then the way you behave and celebrate is the complete opposite of that. Right? I just don't understand that. Like, if you're celebrating it and it's no longer like a cause or a mission for equality, then just celebrate it like it's the 4th of July. Just have a day. Don't have a whole month. I mean, the Independence Day of our nation, like the only reason that we all have the ability and all these organizations are able to have like Black Lives Matter organizations and movements or Juneteenth and Gay Pride and all this stuff, like the only reason we're even allowed to have that in the United States is because we had people fight for our independence. But we want to tear down the very structure of the people who built the country. So I just want a two-way street. Like, sure, celebrate the African American community, celebrate the gay community. That doesn't bother me. But why does it have to be shoved down my throat and I'm a racist or a homophobe just for being like, yeah, that's cool. But let's also remember, not everybody is black. Not everybody is gay. That's not a hate crime. That's just the fact of the matter. So, like, let's even it out then. Let's have a month for all the straight males. Let's have a heterosexual celebration month. Let's have a white history month. Oh, then that goes against the cause. That goes against what we've been pushing for on our agenda. And it's like, I'm sorry, but it's just not fair. And people say, oh, well, in the course of history, white people had their time. Yeah, but like, again, that's racist in itself because, like, it's not just white people. There's foreigners and immigrants from all over the world. There wasn't just slavery of the African American culture. So that's just, to disagree with me honestly feels a little closed-minded because it's like you see me as a white male who says I'm straight in front of the American flag and you're going to make 80 different assumptions about me when really I'm just breaking down the fact of this whole cultural diversity thing. Like, why can't we celebrate all of it? Why can't we celebrate the fact that there's straight people in America, not just gay? Why can't we celebrate the fact that there's Hispanic and Latino and Indian and Hinduism or whatever? Like, I don't know. There's like, again, America's the melting pot. Where's our Vietnamese month? Where's our Chinese American month? Like, why don't we have all these? Where's my Irish American month? Where's my European American month? Like, you could go through every single culture and ethnic background and find something to celebrate because it's the United States of America. In my opinion, and again, it's just my opinion, just because I feel like, okay, I don't have any beef with the LGBTQ community, but just because I'm not choosing to be that way sexually or my gender is just a guy, that's not a negative. That's not me hating on them. That's just my preference. But if I were to be like, we're going to celebrate straight white males this month, then everyone would get pissed and be like, yo, you're a fucking bigot. What the fuck is that? A straight white male? That's offensive. Like, just because I see the world a different way than you and I choose to have different preferences because that's what I like, that doesn't make me a hater. That doesn't make me a racist. That doesn't make me homophobic. That's just my choice. Because that's exactly what everyone else wants, like all these different minority groups and these different gender groups. That's what they want. They want to be recognized as, hey, we're just normal. We're just here. But we also want all this attention for being different. Like, that's a direct contradiction in itself. And nobody talks about it. Nobody points that out. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not mad about it. I'm genuinely like, we either have to have a two-way street where we break everything down, we basically resegregate ourselves, right? Or we're all just Americans, and we can all have a day to celebrate the fact that we're Americans. And sure, we all have different cultural backgrounds and stuff, but that's what makes America great, is the fact that we're a melting pot open to all who come here legally. Ooh, now we're getting political. Now he's upsetting people. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, there's just no way to win in that dialogue because you have so many people, and I don't care if you look at it from a political view, from a religious view, like whatever. You just have some people where it's like, it's my way or the highway, and I want attention for being me. Okay, that's fine, but like at the end of the day, like we're all the same here in the United States. If you're a citizen, if you're a legal citizen of the United States, we're all just equal. And then everyone's like, but it's so much deeper than that. If you look at the history of America, it's so fucking racist and hateful. And it's like, okay, yeah, but like every country, every government has a history of that. You can't change the past. Like, no matter how many reparations you said you had to pay to different minority groups or groups who were slaves, like, it would be endless. Like, I'm not going back to Ireland and being like, my grandmother was a house slave here. My great-great-great-grandmother was a house slave here. You owe me 10 grand just because she did that much work for your family. That doesn't make any sense. But like me saying that just because I'm white and a male in America, that makes me racist and hateful. See what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to have a dialogue, let's actually have a dialogue. And that's to me, that's half the problem with all these politics is like they have an agenda that they want to push because of their donors and there's money that they're making or whatever picture they want to portray about life. And it's like, that's not the way it works. Like, it's not my way. I cry to get my way. I cry for this attention, but don't you dare treat me differently. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. So that's my podcast today. Like I said, it's not hateful. Like, I genuinely, like, the comments are open. Let's start a dialogue about this. Because, like, I just don't feel like it makes any sense. I could scream till my face is blue about the fact that I don't think it really makes any sense that we have to have Pride Month if the whole point of LGBTQ wanting to be a part of society and be treated like this is a normal thing that is regular among most people in America. That's the whole concept of Pride Month. Then why is it this attention grabbing, like, you fucking notice us because we're fucking different than you and we deserve to be treated equal? Well, then just be treated equal. Just walk around in society like you are normal. Because, I mean, clearly that's what the African American community wants. Like, there was no Juneteenth flag, right? There was no Black History Month flag, right? Like, the whole point is for us all to be looked at the same. Like, and then if I say, like, well, we're all children of God, then someone's like, well, I don't believe in God, so fuck you. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, there's just no way around it besides saying we all live in the United States of America. We all have the right and freedom to act and choose to be whoever we are. And that's it. We're all Americans. And we all are in this beautiful country that has allowed us the freedom to be whoever we want. And that should be celebrated, regardless of race, religion, ethnic background, skin color, sexual preferences, whatever you identify as gender-wise. Like, it's insane to try to categorize and celebrate every single little thing because you're just resegregating yourself and defeating the whole purpose of why America was created by all these racist white guys, apparently, according to everybody. So it's just crazy to me. But that's today's episode. I don't know if we covered anything besides the fact that I wanted to point out that a lot of this stuff doesn't make any sense, and it's just further dividing our country. So that's today's episode. I hope everybody's well. And we're going to get back into some stories and stuff here soon. Talk to Tom.
Taking shots by the lake till I can't even breathe no more, see no more. I was riding around town thinking to myself, is it gonna get easier? I'll be up and away up the street and bake, but I can't even breathe no more. What's it to me? What can I see? Taking shots by the lake till I can't even breathe.
Might be a little early, but we'll give it away.
See no more.